Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So I have a topic today that I want to talk about that I was thinking about as I was running. So I was listening to this book. It's an excellent book. I highly recommend it. I'm going to actually do a book review on it when I finish the book. It's called CosmoSapiens. It was highly recommended to me. It's a very, very long book, very technical. If you enjoy science, you will love that book though. But anyway, in that book, it talks a lot about a whole bunch of things from Big Bang to evolution and whatnot. And as I'm listening to the book and I'm running and I'm thinking about, I'm listening to a section that's talking about how kind of evolutionary mechanisms work and how essentially, whether you believe in survival of the fittest, essentially what ends up happening is that, things evolve towards what is the most beneficial, right? And how we kind of have this, the things that's the most rewarding behavior, that's what gets carried on, and that's how you get some form of evolution, whatever form that you subscribe to, and there are multiple forms, as you'll learn if you read that book. But it made me think about, like, while I'm running, I'm thinking about, what am I doing? I'm sort of going against evolution by the actions that I'm taking. So the thing that I'm doing is actually a negative benefit to me. There's no reward, right? There's no immediate reward to this. And some people say, oh, you get a runner's high or whatever. But in reality, like working out, like eating healthy, right, having discipline to any degree is really a negative, has a negative consequence and no good consequence. There's no immediate reward. Now, this is basically anything that is good for you that involves delayed gratification. Technically, if you think about it, it goes against evolution. It goes against the idea of evolution. You're actually fighting the universe. You're actually fighting all of these forces that are compelling you to do what is the easiest thing, what makes the most sense. If you think about it, right, from an evolutionary basis, right, as animals, as human beings, we should be eating fat and sugar, gaining calories, because that's the most beneficial thing that for us, right, to gain those calories, and we're programmed to do that, right? Your taste buds, you enjoy the foods that, there's a reason why the foods that are, quote, unhealthy for you taste so good, and it's because those foods may in the long term hurt you, but in the short term they're going to ensure your survival, and so that's we're kind of programmed to do that. So when you're going against that, right, you're going against all of this natural programming, and if you could think about it this way, that's kind of one of the things that makes us human. We're the only animal, the only species that is able to go against the natural order of things, because the natural order of things says that you should do things that only help you and don't harm you, right? Yet we are able to have discipline. We are able to have self-control. We are able to delay gratification and to choose to do things that basically have no immediate reward. Running, going for a run does not have immediate reward. I mean, some people might like it, and I like it from time to time. But honestly, I'd enjoy sitting on the couch eating Cheetos more. But so why do I do it, right? And so I think this is something I thought about. Coining this phrase of they're technically bad habits, right? And what I mean by this is that they're not good habits, not in the sense that they're bad for you, but like these things that require discipline: running, lifting weights, eating healthy, right, going on a diet, losing fat, getting in shape. Let's take out the physical realm, having the discipline to read, to study, to improve your mind, to improve, yourself, to grow. All of those things are technically bad habits in the sense that they're not. If you read Charles Duhigg's book, The Power of Habit, right, he goes through the habit cycle, and what he says is he basically says that you've got some kind of trigger, you've got some kind of routine, and then you've got a reward, and that's how you create this habit loop. And the thing that's missing from all of these, quote, bad habits, right, that's why I'm using the term, I just want to make you understand, I'm using the term bad not to denote that it's bad for you, but that it doesn't make sense as a habit. But the thing for these is that there's no reward. At least there's no immediate reward, right? We know that in the long term, if you do these things, if you have discipline, if you go against the grain, so to speak, that you're going to get a reward. But in the short term, it's actually damaging. It's actually negative. It's actually harmful, right? It's actually painful, right? And so it's kind of amazing when you think about it that we're able to do that. And it also, the other thing to think about with this, which is sort of encouraging, is the reason why it's so hard. The reason why so many people fail to change. The reason why so many people fail to succeed in life. Why they fail to accomplish their goals. Why they fail to get what they want out of life. Why they can't lose weight. Why they can't get in shape. Why they can't discipline themselves to wake up and do what they need to do, or to build their business, or whatever it is to be successful. The reason why people live mundane, sort of average lives, is because the entire universe, the entire biology of the universe is working against them. That there's a natural process that says that in organisms, in their environment, not just organisms, but the universe itself as a whole, should move to states that are more beneficial to that individual, right? Or to that higher complexity state, if you want to get technical. But for us as organisms, right, living on this planet, every other organism, right, including ourselves, right, our natural inclination is to do what feels good. Right? We should do what feels good and what is beneficial. That's our brains, our systems, our biology is wired so that we do the thing that feels good. That's why we get rewarded, right? Within our brain, we get a dopamine, right? We get a response there that encourages us to do things that make us feel good, right? But those are the very things that bring us down in life. So when you're trying to move from a lower plane of existence to a higher plane, when you're trying to move from, to grow, to improve yourself, to go through the path of personal growth that is often painful and requires a lot of discipline, you're literally fighting your own biology. Everything in the universe, everything in the world, everything in biology is fighting against you to prevent you from doing that. You're swimming upstream, and that's why it's so difficult. And so, I said that this is encouraging, and it is encouraging, and I'll tell you why. It's because you know the struggle is real, right? As they like to say, the struggle is real, right? You are fighting something that has been extremely successful. And so, when you're doing that, you can sort of think about what the purpose is, like what the value of what you're doing and how difficult it is. And so to me it's encouraging, because when I think about it that way, when I think about that, I'm literally fighting the universe every time that I choose to make progress in my life, every time I choose to go out and go for a run, every time I choose to do something that is going to cause personal growth in my life. When I think about that, I'm literally fighting the universe in order to do that, and then I have little wins. That's a huge win, right? It's actually a really huge win. And so there you go. That's what I've been thinking. This is what I do when I run, is I think about this kind of crazy shit. But no, I think this is something that I've sort of pondered for a while. I've always wondered, like, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard for people to change? Why is it so hard for people to do things that are good for them and easy to do things that are bad for them? And it's in our code. It's in our genetic code. It's in our biology. It's in the way that the universe works. And so that explains it. So anyway, just a thought for you to think about today while you're struggling. If you're trying to do something, if you're trying to improve yourself, like I know most of you that watch this channel are trying to do, we got to band together. We got to encourage each other. We got to help each other, because the world, nature is actually working against us. All right, so if you like this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button below, and you'll get my videos. I do 2 to 3 videos a day on all kinds of topics, and I would definitely appreciate having you as a subscriber, and so I can give you more videos that will hopefully help you to fight the universe. Anyway, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share it with someone if you think it'll help them. I will talk to you next time. Take care.